Jesus says, I know your tribulation and your poverty, but you are rich. And the blasphemy by those who say they are Jews, but they're not, but they're really a synagogue of Satan. You see, they are suffering. But Jesus says, I know your true condition. You may live in a city that's rich and you're poor, but the way I see you, Jesus says you're actually rich in my eyes. You see, in chapter 1 of Revelation, one of the descriptions of Jesus is that he had eyes like a flame of fire. And what does fire do? Fire is able to penetrate and burn beyond the surface. And Jesus looks beyond the surface of the church. And oftentimes, you'll see in the 7 churches is that the appraisal, that is the way Jesus evaluates the church, seems to be the very opposite of how the church views themselves. And this church, although they are persecuted and they are poor in the goods of this world, in the goods of God, in their spiritual lives, they're rich. And isn't that often the case? That sometimes the people that have the most have the least spiritually, but the people that have the least have the most spiritually. Jesus says, you might be poor, but you're rich in my eyes. You're rich in the spirit. And Jesus' eyes, he sees beyond the surface.